to you. Good morning, morning Barbados. Good morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Morning to you.
Good morning to you and you and you. Good morning, everyone. How do you do? Knock, knock. Time to wake up, time to get things going. The morning has broken already, and so it's a fresh day to a fresh start to a brand new week just for you and given to you out of love from the Father above. And so because He loves, we can face any today and any tomorrow indeed. And so I wish you a lovely Monday. Good morning, all. It's Monday, the 27th of July, 2026, and I'm Pearson Bowen. Good having you company. Thank you for joining us indeed. If you've just switched your TV on, you're just in time for me to wish you good morning. Hoping you have a lovely day today. And for those of you also joining us on our streams on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, cbc.bb, thank you for being there as well. Good morning to you too. Share the show, share the love, bring others along to share in what we do every weekday morning from 6 o'clock. And in your doing so, I'm most appreciative. Of course, if you know of someone who has a story to be told, or if you know of a story you believe we should tell about as well, so tell us about it, and we'll follow through. Our email address is right there at the bottom of your screen. It's Mornin Barbados, morninbarbados@cbc.bb. I said it the way I did because there's no G in Mornin Barbados. So thank you very much for sharing. We love the fact that you partner with us. How was your weekend? What did you do this past weekend? As a matter of fact, today being the 27th of July, it's the birthday of a queen in our family. It's my sister Kay's birthday. Kay Cutting, good morning to you and happy birthday to you indeed. From all of us, you know it's a pretty large family indeed, so we celebrate with you today your birthday. Kay Cutting celebrating today. So Kay, from your children, your husband, from us brothers, sisters, nieces, nephews, aunts, uncles, too many to call, really. Happy birthday to you indeed. And belatedly, happy anniversary to my cousin Anthony and Flo Sobers. Yesterday we had what a celebration with church, then into lunch, into the evening. It was really, really a good time spent with family. So to Anthony and Floretta Sobers, congratulations on your 50th wedding anniversary. We hope you had a lovely time with us. We hope you had a lovely time, and we had a lovely time with you as well. Yesterday, our makeup artist Joanna Jones, Joanna Lawrence, however you choose to call her, it was her birthday. So Joe told me she had a good time too in church and with family. I love it. I keep reminding you, you start your day right when you start your day connected to God. He gave us two greatest commandments of all: love the Lord your God, and then love your fellow brothers as yourself. And so once we do two of them, His heart smiles. And so I want to remind you every single day to do not just the two of those, but particularly the two of those, and see the difference it makes to your life as well. So Joe, we hope you had a lovely birthday yesterday. Kay, we hope you have a lovely birthday today. And there were some other momentous occasions happening across Barbados as well. Yesterday was a day of national significance. I know at the St. Barnabas Church, the church was packed. They had a very special mass featuring the music of Bob Marley. It's an Emancipation Mass as we make our way towards August the 1st, Emancipation Day here in Barbados. Packed, and they really, really had a good time vibing to the liturgy of the writings of the late Bob Nestor Marley. So good for you. And then at 6 o'clock in the evening, all others went on over to the Golden Square Freedom Park for our day of national significance and the National Folk Concert in the Crop Over Folk Concert. And what a good time was had there as well. But yesterday and all weekend long, we saw too the entrance into the stadium for the CAC Games by Team Barbados. They raised the roof and they reminded everyone why we're Bajan. Take a look.
Hands up, all of the woman. Hands up, all of the man. Hands up, fill up this country. Hands up, let me see your flag, baby. Walk up like a Bajan. Walk up like a Bajan. Walk up like a Bajan. Hands up, all of the woman. Hands up, all of the man. Hands up, fill up this country. Hands up, to get on bad, baby. Walk up like a Bajan. Walk up like a Bajan. Walk up like a Bajan. Soca in reverse, walking up in we bones. Yeah, every single time preparing before the road. No time for styles, we ain't got no shit. We behave your home.
The effervescent Dr. Adrian Law leading Team Barbados onto the track yesterday and restamping their authority indeed. The colours look rich and beautiful indeed, and it makes a difference to all of us when we see our national colours anywhere, everywhere doing we. And so, Team Barbados, we wish you well over those days at the CAC Games. It's clear that you've started your own canoe before we have here in Barbados as well. So, good luck to all indeed. Barbados pauses and continues to pause because on Wednesday, we're celebrating the legacy and times of the Right Excellent Sir Garfield Sobers in his Thanksgiving service. And so today in Bridgetown, in Parliament Buildings, there's an opportunity for all to file through, to witness the viewing for the final time and to sign the Book of Condolence in Parliament Buildings. That starts at 11. So he'll be lying, his body will be lying in state in Parliament Buildings this morning from 11 until 1, just a couple hours. From 11 until 1 o'clock this afternoon, you can file through as the body of Sir Garfield Sobers lies in state in Parliament Buildings, and you sign the condolence book there. Then tomorrow at the Kensington Oval, from 10 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon, you can file through as well and pay your final respects to Sir Garfield Sobers, right? Excellent indeed. And so books of condolences are all over the island. They are at Parliament Building, Kensington Oval, Government Headquarters, the Cricket Legends, Bay Primary School, Weymouth Sports Club, the General Post Office, also at the Holton Post Office and St. Andrew Post Office. So go to all of the post offices I've just shared with you and you can sign the Book of Condolence. You can also record any memory you have of the man, the legend, the one and only Sir Garfield Sobers. And so we encourage you to get out and get an opportunity to do so. Also, there are free tickets that allow you free entry into Kensington Oval on Wednesday, the state funeral. And so we want to encourage you also to go to every post office across the island, also to government headquarters to secure your ticket. 1 ticket per person. It's an admit 1 ticket, and that admits you into Kensington Oval for the celebration on Wednesday, as Barbados pauses indeed to recognize the contribution of the legend, the Right Excellent Sir Garfield Sobers. Coming up today this morning, we'll continue to look at our children and getting them ready to return to school. They're changing environments in some instances, and so how do we get them ready for that change in environment? Guidance counselor will sit with us as we teach with you some of the things that you need to be mindful of as you prepare your little ones and older ones to go into a new school environment. Also today, Sandy Field-Kelman, renowned educator, will talk to us a little bit more about how we can be preparing our children not just for the return to school, but continuing education while they are on holiday as well. And so she'll continue to share with us some exciting little tips and things that you can do with your children. How's your faith, Barbados? How is your faith? Is it enough to move mountains? Would you like to know how? Well, the author of the book Methods of Mountain Moving Faith will join us as we browse the book, and she shares with us some tools and techniques that over time she's experienced. And so we'll learn from her how to really move mountains with faith. Also today, the Raphael Hitlal Foundation will be launched. But what's that about? We get to know the story of the man after whom it's called and how we can benefit from that foundation as well. And Team Barbados is heading off to the 30th anniversary of the Goodwill Games. And so we meet some of those young swimmers who will be representing Barbados and a whole lot more. But before we go, let me remind you, you have just a few more days until the 31st. You have days still to get your entry in for the Spot, Connect and Win crop over competition with us here at the CBC. Take a good look. Keep an eye out for the official Spot, Connect and Win branded vehicle as it travels across the island. And when you do, you take a photograph and you can send it by email to contests@cbc.bb or by WhatsApp to 233-7356. And sure, of course, to include your name and all of your contact details. Or you can connect with our sponsor. And after submitting your photo, connect with any one of our participating sponsors, complete their activation, and then you're in for the chance to win that brand new Suzuki Across GLX two-wheel drive sunroof hybrid vehicle. Good luck to all of you. Your entries must be in by July the 31st. Today is July the 27th. Just to remind you, just a few more days remaining. We'll take a break here and we'll come right back and get started on Morning Barbados in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV-Cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share again.
We the best music.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good. Your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world, your playlist, your station. 98.1 The One.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We
I'm so ready to browse the next chapter of this book here. Methods of Mounting Moving Faith by Esther Ben Gooding. That's her married name included in there, but she's Esther Ben Maiden. Gooding is her married name now, but Esther Gooding is with me. Esther, good morning to you.
Good morning.
First of all, a biblical name. I love it. And your second name of Naomi is my grandmother's name.
Wow.
All from the Bible.
Yes.
Imagine. So I feel as though I'm sitting here now in honored presence.
Amen.
My grandmother was a phenomenal woman of faith.
Yes.
And so to sit with you as one as well is good to have you. Let's talk a little bit about you for just a moment, though. Talk to me about your journey thus far and what led you to writing this book.
I'm from Barbados, but now I live in South Carolina. I journal every day, sometimes 8 pages.
Wow.
But I journal everything I hear in my spirit. And when I was growing up, I didn't want to be called Naomi because I thought it was an old name, But when I got to find out what it meant, my joy is one of the meanings. I embraced it.
Wow.
And I'm the only one that my mom gave the Bible names.
Wow.
Esther, Naomi.
But there was a relationship between all of them in the Bible.
Yes.
And,
yes.
and there is a reason why certain women's names were written in the Bible.
Yes. Esther was for such a time as this.
Yes.
And Naomi, she did she did so much to bring Ruth into the Boaz and into Jesus' line.
So there you go. So you were predestined
Yes.
to be.
Yes.
And so I know that's what you've been journaling all your life practically.
Yes.
About your lived experience and your experience of God.
Yes.
And what your faith has been able to lead you to
Yes.
be able to do. And so over time, you've reached a point where you decided, you know what, I'm going to take this quite seriously. I'm actually going to become a minister of religion.
And I was ordained in South Carolina by my pastor that I was going to church. He ordained me as a minister. He is a prophet. When I tell you he would prophesy, it's exactly. And he prophesied over me on August 1st, 2001, that God would reveal to me methods of mountain moving faith, and I will teach others.
In 2001?
In 2001. So I wrote, and we always had cassettes with our prophecies, but I always write it down. In 2015, we were in apartments. We were in the bottom floor. The person at the top were moving and they broke a pipe. When I tell you the apartment was flooded. So we had to put all the books, everything in the bins, and we spent a week at my daughter's house. And then sometime in January 2016, I don't know why, I just got up to go into the bin to pick up a journal, and I saw this journal that said, Methods of Mountain Moving Faith at the front.
Yes.
I was working on a book called Atmosphere Changer. And Holy Spirit said, that's not your first book, this is it. And I opened it and I started reading. I was so shocked. I'm like, oh my goodness. And he says, write it just like you see it in this journal. In some places, there was when he revealed to me from the Bible. And then in some places, experiences. I mean, physical experiences that I went through that had to just move my faith up.
So God still speaks to us. He said, write.
Yes.
And you wrote. And we've heard all the time, God spoke to the prophets, said, write.
Yes.
And they wrote. There are lots of people who question the written word as to whether or not it was truth or fiction. Someone just created, and then someone decided bring these 66 books together and show it to the world, market it well.
Yes.
But you say, no, this is not a plaything. This is quite serious.
This is serious. And I always read the Bible. I always had this hunger for reading the Bible from the time I was little. And I just read, and you see, and I got the book, I wrote it, got it edited in 2016.
I'm coming through your chronology, trust me, I am. And so all of this happened. I want to go back to August the 1st, 2001. For us, August the 1st is Emancipation Day.
Oh, really?
You had your moment of emancipation in 2001 from the life you lived and the promise that God had in you.
Yes.
And so your pastor recognized that for you. And as the prophet he was, he said to you, emancipate yourself and write. And God continued to pour that and download into you. And so, for just a moment, it's not easy. First of all, living a life of faith is not easy. There are lots of questions that pop into your mind. You doubt yourself. There are things that happen that cause you to want to lose your St. Christopher, as someone here in Barbados says often. But you remain faithful to that call. What's it within you, you think, that keeps you so you're back rigid to say, in spite of everything that's happening around me, I shall?
Let me tell you what happened with hard and challenge and easy. You just use the word that God put in my spirit in the year 2000. I had a friend that was going through a rough place, and there was a decision she had to make, and it was like, how can I do this? How can I? As a matter of fact, she was dating a deacon in her church, and God said, that's my son, but if you get married to him, you're not going to preach, because he had old religious mindsets. I'm sitting at my desk at Blue Cross, where I worked, and God said, send her these 3 points. Tell her, say it's easy. And he gave me Matthew 11:28-30 that says, my yoke is easy and my burden is light. And then it says there's a precise moment that this thing is going to break. And then it says, pray for her faith that it fail not. So I called her and I gave her these 3 points. Every time my phone rang, were S, it's easy. He just brought me lunch. S, it's easy. He just took me shopping. How could you tell somebody like that you can't marry them?
Yeah.
From that day till today, 2026, nothing is hard for me. You know why? God spoke to me after that. He says, are you a transgressor? I said, no, a transgressor sins on purpose. They know it's wrong, but they still do it. And the Bible says the way of the transgressor is hard. So he said, your way is not hard. Wow. And I've been saying it's easy since that day. If you tell an athlete, go run 100 meters in 5 seconds, their mind says, she challenged me. So they're up for the challenge. When you hear hard, you hear block.
Difficult, can't.
Can't do it.
Yeah.
So I don't say that anymore.
you use the other way. the
And
other
don't
mode.
say that anymore.
And it's just so funny how God opened doors. You know, we tend to forget that God is the way maker.
Yes.
So he has a plan. His plan is known. And he already
Yes.
knows, even before
Yes.
we even think of it, just what he will have happen.
Yes.
And that's part of our faith, to be able to trust him as the journey
Yes.
goes. I heard a sermon a couple of weeks ago in which a man talked to us about our faith as well. He said, you know, he as a child tossed into the sea, wild sea, and was told to
Wow,
swim your way
swim.
back to shore. Pedal, pedal, drown, drown, pedal, pedal, made his way forward, and then quarreled with the adult who said to them, you know, here was I struggling, the adult said, I was there with you.
Yes.
You think I'll let you drown? That's God.
Yes.
That's God as well.
Yes.
And so while sometimes our faith gets shaken,
Yes.
there's a way to have strong faith, and that will change situations and change environments and change others as well. And so we want to
Yes.
talk about that in the book with Esther Ben Gooding right after this break.
Amen.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country?
Again, we're turning the pages of this book, The Methods of Moving Faith by Esther Ben Gooding. And so, Esther, let's break this down now for a minute, because I'm sure people are thinking, how? It's a method. Teach me how. And I know one of the points you wanted to focus on is that sometimes we put God in a box.
Yes.
We think he's so small.
Or sometimes we want to tell him how to do the thing. And that chapter is because I had an ovarian cyst that it was supposed to be out. But I said that day I went to People's Cathedral. It was a Thursday. I went to the miracle service. But before I went, this is what I said. I'm not coming back with this cyst, but Pastor Williams is going to call us up, lay hands on me, and this cyst is going to go. Well, I got to the miracle service. We did a little worship, and then Pastor Williams got up. I'm there like, okay, he's about to call us. And this is what he said. I'm not going to lay hands on anybody today. Just grab the hand on the left and the right. You didn't ask them what you were praying for. He says, and just pray. Immediately inside I says, man, I wanted him to call us. And when I said that, Holy Spirit said, remember Naaman.
Yes.
You know, Naaman wanted Elijah to come out and lay hands on him. And Elijah said, go wash in the Jordan.
Yeah.
And when I heard Holy Spirit say that, I says, I'm sorry. So I just grabbed the hand on the left and the right. I could not pick them out in the line today. I don't know their names, but we prayed. I didn't feel anything. I just knew right here in my inner man, this is gone. I ran home, ran up like a... I was in the Olympics that day.
Yes.
And I went to the bathroom and I tried to feel, I couldn't feel anything. Called the doctor's office, they told me come the next day, and it was gone.
Wow.
They had to call QEH, cancel the room, cancel the surgery, because it was due for the 31st of January. And God said, don't put me in a box.
That's right.
Don't tell me how to do things. Just trust and believe Because we can put caveats in there. Don't put
We
no
do.
caveat.
That's right. But that comes from a knowing of him. Who
Yes,
he is,
who he
and,
is.
And not just who he is by name alone,
Right.
but what he represents, how
Yes.
powerful he truly is.
Yes.
Does this book help us to reconnect with getting to know him?
Yes, because there's a chapter in there that God gave me in November 2015. I was sitting at my desk at work. He came and he said, my people want to know about me, but they don't want to experience me. And I was like, what you mean? And he started with his names. He says, who want to be sick? But when that happens, you have Jehovah Rapha. Who want to be broke? When that happens, you have Jehovah Jireh. Who wants to be in chaos? When that happens, you have Jehovah Shalom. He went down all his names, and I was at my desk typing so fast. I wrote it in here. But God is saying, to experience him, we are in a fallen world, something have to happen.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be broke, and I know my husband won't mind me saying this, but in 2006, we had to file bankruptcy. In 2021, our credit was up in the sky, and we got our home in 31 days.
Wow.
New home.
Wow. There's
Because
God again.
God again.
There's God again.
God
and that's,
again.
And again, that's faith again
Yes.
as well. And sometimes we characterize ourselves based upon our ignorance
Yes.
and lack of faith. But God is saying, in all of my names, I'm
Yes.
showing how powerful I am
Yes,
for every
everyone.
situation.
Every situation.
And we allow then, in our weak faith, others to call us
Yes.
by misdiagnosis. We are children of God.
Yes.
And so we have that identity crisis. We forget we are one of God's children. And God does not want for any of us to suffer.
And you just said identity crisis. And that's one of the things that I wrote about too. My mom knew me. She knew who I was. She knew what was in us. She was like a seer. And I remember in Germany, we were going through a rough time. And I said, okay, she wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. So it's midnight in Germany. And I said, I'm going to call her. The little girl in me wanted to hear her says, okay, let me pray for you.
Yes, yes.
So I picked up the phone and I called at midnight, which is 4 o'clock in the morning. And she picked up the phone and she said, who's this? This S? I said, yes. She said, are you okay? I said, no. I'm waiting for her to pray. She said, I know you. You know how to pray.
Wow.
We're not paying the telephone company all this money. She said, everybody's good. I put the phone down. I says, God, I never prayed for her to hear. How does she know I know how to pray? And I had to get off that phone and pray.
You needed that push.
I needed to know who I really am.
Yes.
And she said it, I know you. You know how to pray.
But her push
Yes.
was pushing you into your actualization of self.
Yes.
And that's what we need, the faith to believe.
Yes.
And so help us understand some of these, because there's some say, okay, these are lovely stories, Pearson. I hear you, Esther, but I want to actually, the doubting Thomases do exist.
Yes.
And so they want to know, can I see your hands? Can I see the nail-pierced hands? How do I know that this faith truly works? How does the book help me?
When you go in there are some places you can see scriptures where he executed and exegeted things. Then in there are actual experiences where I had to let my faith rise. One of the things is I came to Barbados and I had borrowed a hand-on luggage. It's a Jaguar bag from a friend. I call her my spiritual daughter. When we got to the airport, couldn't find the luggage. That was the year, I can't remember exactly what happened, but things were bad. People were here in Barbados, their luggage was in Trinidad, Guyana, the whole place reeked. It was just terrible. And we had to spend like almost an hour. Everybody had to go up to the counter and say what they're missing. And we took long in there. And when I came up, my brother says, man, y'all took so long in there. And I said, well, my Jaguar, my hand-on luggage, they can't find it. He says, oh, you ain't gonna find that. I says, in the name of Jesus, nope. I says, if it's the day I leave Barbados, I'm taking it with me. And almost every day I went to the airport to check for the bag. The last day, when we were ready to go, our flight was supposed to be 8 o'clock. And my pastor, Stephen Holsford, he called and said, I think your flight is delayed, so please call. And I did, and it says, yes, come at 10. When we got there, the guy that checked us in, he looked at me and he said, you came up here almost every day. I'm going to put you in first class.
Wow.
And he put me in first class. Now, we in the lounge sitting down waiting on the flight. This was like midday now. I heard a flight coming from Guyana. I didn't pay no attention. Next 15 minutes or so, the same person that checked us in is walking towards me, and he came right. He says, I wasn't going to send anybody for you. He says, come. I believe your Jaguar is here. And the Jaguar was sitting there, came in from the Guyana flight, and I took it with me on the plane like I said from the beginning.
Yes.
And I refused to change what I say. And when I called my brother Ainsley Ben, I left a message on on his phone. He says, when I listened to that message, sis, I was trembling because I refused to let anybody say anything but I will find that luggage. That's what faith does. We can't change what we say just because something else changed, because God does not change. And so I took that Jaguar back with me.
That's powerful. Listen, you wrote here on page 42, on August the 11th, 2004, method. Understanding the power behind the name of Jesus. Praying the will of God and waiting. That's exactly what you just spoke of there.
Yes.
I had the book here open. I was waiting on you to conclude to go here, but then you told me the story before I got here. God again.
Yes.
And so, folks, it's a good read. It's a really interesting read. I really want you to. It's not your Bible. It is a book that of collections of experiences of Esther Ben Gooding and some scriptures that she's experienced that helped her along the way to build her faith, to strengthen her faith, to see things shift in the atmosphere around her so that she becomes the child of God. And so if you want to see that change as well, get the book, Methods of Mountain Moving Faith. Methods of Mountain Moving Faith. Faith is an action word.
Yes.
And oftentimes we tend to put it to the side and say, yes, okay, I have the certificate. It's a certificate that has to be lived every moment of every day. It's not easy, but it's a journey that's worthwhile. And so how can we get a copy of the book?
It's on Amazon now, because just before I left, the publisher had me put it on Amazon, so you can go on Amazon and you can get the book. And I just want people to know it's just not philosophy.
Yes.
This is real. And I have friends that, as a matter of fact, I have a couple, and they used it as a daily devotional. Every day they read a page. But I want to say something quickly. I don't know if you're going to go there, but there's a chapter in there about intel. When you get intel, what to do.
When you get intel, what to do. And this is not Intel, the company as we know it, but intelligence. What do you do? What do you do? Because sometimes it feels like a load. The download was just too heavy.
Yes.
My motherboard, as the computer people would say, oh, it can't accommodate all of that.
Yes.
But have your faith, because there's a reason for that.
Yes.
And how do you manage that process? I'm happy for this book. Thank you so very much. Methods of Mountain Moving Faith by Esther Ben Gooding. It's available on Amazon. If you get your copy today, you are beginning a journey of faith.
Amen.
If you get your copy today, share it or get one for someone else as well. Let's build a community of faith. Together we can move mountains. The Lord can move the highest mountain.
Yes, He can.
Remember that one, Holmes
Yes.
William? He'll make a way. And then, Esther, I want to thank you so much. One, for being obedient.
Yes.
Secondly, for writing the book. And thirdly, for sitting with us today to share with us the message given to you in the book. And I really hope that many, many people get this book and see for themselves what's possible. Because it's not impossible. Nothing is impossible
Nothing
with
is
God.
impossible. And I want to share this last thing. It was first edited in 2016. And then it felt like a blog. And I'm like, God, why is it taking so long to be published? And He said, in 2022, you have one more chapter to write.
And you're not finished.
And it's called From Faith to Faith. And that's the last chapter in the book.
In other words, you're not finished yet. Wow, the awesomeness of God, indeed, you'll find it in the book indeed. Thank you so very much. for
You're
joining us.
welcome.
Thank
God
you.
bless you.
You too, thank you. Morning Barbados is right back right after this.
saying you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share again.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good. Your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world. Your playlist, your station. 98.1 The One.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
There is a saying you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
You want to see what happens next, right? So do I. I'm watching here, awestruck by what I'm seeing, and what I saw represents truly who we are as a people of Caribbean. We are so first class, we just don't know it. We allow other people to tell us who we are, and we're saying, nope, we will define ourselves in the light in which we do. And so taking Barbados and the Caribbean messages and conversations elsewhere is so important to what we do, which is what Amanda Reefer has been doing as well. Amanda, good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
The executive
Thank you.
producer of the documentary Revolution, The Spirit Before the Fire.
Yes.
Wow, that's powerful what I just saw.
Thank you for that. And that's just a snippet. Just want to start by thanking Reggie's Real Jamaican Jerk for sponsoring this segment. You'll understand why I say that, because the arts need sponsorship and support, in particular the film industry. So really want to shout out to Reggie and his team at Real Jamaican Jerk for supporting this segment and generally the project. What you just saw was a small reel, a little trailer on what we're doing. By CMOS is the company that I represent. It's a documentary and docuseries production company, Barbadian. And we have a slate of projects coming in production, pre-production, and in development. And Spirit Before the Fire is our flagship documentary that we took to Cannes Film Festival. We shopped it to international networks and so forth. So we've been out there doing the work. And so our stories are very, very important. Our stories are rich. From culture to music to historical, sport even, as you know, we wear another hat as well.
Course.
So our purpose, we're very driven to ensure that we tell our stories, but at the highest quality, fit for international consumption. That's our purpose.
When you shopped it at Cannes,
Yes, Cannes
is
Film Festival.
the film festival of the world.
The film festival.
And so what generally has been the response?
The response was overwhelming. It proved to us what we knew. What we all know, there's so many stories that we can tell, and this is the first of many that we will tell. I think it's also important for us to understand the business of the film industry. I think one of the things, having sat for 2 years on the Barbados Film and Television Association as president of the Barbados Coalition of Service Industries, I had a real bird's eye and the lens that I saw what was happening on the ground in the industry was clear to me what was required. One of the things that I'm passionate about as executive producer is showing how we can make money from our projects and our productions. And sitting in rooms with international broadcasters like Netflix, HBO, BBC, and so with the executives in those rooms, being in proximity to understanding the economics of it, I want to be able to share that. Our team wants to be able to share that. So once we do this, we right now is in the documentary space is $13.8 billion. Ask how much percentage of that Barbados and the Caribbean shares at. Do you know?
No, I don't.
0.001%.
Literally nothing.
Literally nothing. So when we talk about the creative economy and the orange economy and all these things, we are really not penetrating this international market as we should. And so our goal really is to do that. We're doing that. We were at Cannes Film Festival.
Yes.
And another a great takeaway from that was not only knowing that we have the stories that we can and should tell, but we're premiering our documentary at Cannes Film Festival
Indeed,
in 2027. So that's a huge deal for Barbados.
But what
and the
you just
Caribbean.
shared with me also says to me, you know, we're such fertile ground, so rich in what we
Yes.
have to tell
Yes.
and what we can do, but we allow others to plunder us.
Yes.
They come here and do what they want to do, take it elsewhere and claim it as theirs.
Yes.
And you're saying, no, we should be turning this around.
We have to.
Let's do this.
We have to. Another big part of it is in terms of the legacy. You know, we talk a lot about a legacy. And one of the things our team and I discussed was, okay, so when we do this, we show them the blueprint for how we can do it. We want to bring other filmmakers along. We want to bring students. I mean, we want to producers. And so the connections that we have is not for us only. You know,
Yes.
our network that we've created is for the industry. It really is for us to expand it. We can only do that together by sharing. So this is not, by CMOS, it's not only about us, it's about how we expand our industry and really take a greater share of what is out there.
Yeah.
We talk about economic diversification. We talk about investing in film. We're not investing enough in film. We're not investing enough. So my job as executive producer was to raise the funds for this project and the slate of projects we have. We have other projects that we're in Crop Over More. We have a project called Feather Mastery. We're exploring the culture and the music, the economics of Carnival in the Caribbean. We have another project called, I have it here, it's Project One United West, where we're looking at Caribbean unity, the Federation, the rise and fall of the West Indies Federation, and the creation of CARICOM. And we're asking the question in this documentary, what does the future of regional integration look like? We have another one in development, Shelley Ann Fraser Price documentary. Oh, we have some exciting projects. So it really is, and I know that once this airs, there's so many other like corporations in Barbados, they're going to come to us and say, no, we want to tell this story and that story and so forth across the region. So we are pioneering something that is transformational, but we need the support of corporate Barbados and the people of Barbados to help us get over the line. That's why I'm here as well.
It's an investment, and so we want to see the benefit of investment, and so people want to see returns on investment too. And so you're guaranteeing those corporate entities who are watching, and probably will watch this again later on, or someone will tell them about it, that your dedication to this effort here by CMOS, you see returns. You see not just your story being told on a space where it's difficult at times to get into, but because of the benefits of working with by CMOS, you can actually get into that ear hole and eyes as well. Let's talk about how they can contact you and make this dream come true.
Well, of course, my number, I don't have a problem to give my number out. My number is 234-2260. Let me repeat that, 234-2260. They can email me at amanda.reefer@gmail.com. And I really, really want to put that call out. We have a fundraiser at Wyndham Grand Resort on August 6th. That's why I'm here to promote that as well. This journey started with an idea, and now I was walking the streets of Cannes with the team. And then I went back to Cannes Lions to talk a little bit about Cannes Lions. But it's important to us to be in these spaces. And so to raise the funds to get there was a monumental task, but we got there. I'm grateful to those donors and supporters and investors. But we have just a little bit, one last step to get there over the line. And we're inviting on August 6th persons to buy tickets and corporations to buy tables and really support us in this effort.
Right, folks, we were just showing you on the screen. I want to show it again because I want to talk about it just a little bit more. It's on August the 6th at Wyndham Grand, St. Lawrence Castle, which is iconic in its space. Look at your screen, everybody. It's a premium fundraiser, Building the Dream. It begins at 6 o'clock in the evening. Premium drinks and hors d'oeuvres. Of course, 90s music, special performances too. It's just $30. So join us for an unforgettable
$300.
$300. What did I say?
30.
Oh, sorry. $300 is indeed. And so come have a really good evening indeed. But most of all, you're giving support to development of film, development of our message, so that we can show the images of who we are, the excellence of who we are abroad, and be as good as everyone else. We are better than a lot of people, but we need to shift our mindset. And we need to give support always to those creatives like by CMOS, who are creating films, who are creating projects which are big enough and good enough to stand with and shoulder next to someone else who has done the same thing. And so it's simple, it's by us. It's written by us, it's by CMOS.
Yes, and in terms of corporate Barbados, because I do believe that corporate Barbados needs to play a greater role in investment in the arts. And people talk a lot about, government. Government is doing their part. I mean, more can be done. Of course, we always want more. There are different grants and so forth. But this sort of project takes a community.
It does.
And my call is for the community to rally behind us because of what we've done so far. I mean, this is not a proposal that we're going to send to you and say, okay, we're hoping to. We actually went to Cannes Film Festival. We actually went to Cannes Lions. We're actually in the rooms with the executives. We're actually negotiating on behalf of our industry through by CMOS for investment. And so we're meeting with directors, producers. I went to a Netflix party. I don't know if you have the pictures that you can show. I was with the stars from Beauty and Black at a Netflix party and talking to the executives there. A lot of you may recognize Rico.
There he is.
Yes.
There he is.
Yeah, so, but being in those spaces, so we raised the funds to get there. And so we are very resilient and determined in what we know we have to do, but we do need help.
And we shall help.
Yes.
We shall help. Remember, the big event is August 6th, and don't forget it's at Wyndham Grand. Get your tickets soonest. And so we want to give you our full support as well, Amanda. But thank you for joining us. And I really wish you well on the other projects as well.
Appreciate that so
You're
much.
welcome.
Thank you.
Bye, CMOS. Morning Barbados is right back right after this.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb. And together we will travel the world.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share again.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good. Your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
I told you, Sandy Field Kelman is coming, and when Sandy Field Kelman comes, everybody stops and listens because she's so invested in education and giving our children the right starts, and how, as we as parents, can sustain that wonderful start given in our schools. Sandy, how do we do that? Morning, by the way.
Good morning, Kirsten. How are you today?
I'm well today.
This
Yourself?
busy pop over season.
Yes, it is. Are you busy with your camp as well?
That's right.
So let's look at the support that parents could need at this time. What do you think?
Okay, support can come in different ways. For me, I really do think government plays their part, but I think that other entities, for instance, Corporate Barbados, organizations such as, Optimus and Lions and all those organizations, and also persons who have something to offer. Example, some years ago, a group of us got together and we worked at a particular primary school in painting the classroom, making it really child-friendly, putting lots of beautiful pictures, painting the walls like different colors. In other words, people, you don't have to belong to an organization to do that.
That's right.
If you live in the community and you have like-minded people who can do things, you can paint, I can draw, things like that, to make the classroom, friendly and interesting. This is where support comes in, because we cannot depend on government for everything. So I think as a nation, as a country, we need to help to support our parents, because yes, parents are working and some parents can help also. But that support, remember, a lot of teachers usually have to spend their own money.
Yes.
To buy things for the classroom and for the children to make it more interesting. So I think support can come from different areas to make that classroom, the child, and also to help the parents person to make the whole school environment friendly. And I do not see, feel, and think enough is being done. When I look around at a lot of the schools, just let's give an example. Sometimes outside of the classroom, there's a little bush.
Yes.
What does it take to take that up? And that you don't have to call a gardener to do that. So I'm saying, the walls need painting, and yes, government has to repair the schools and so on for September, but there are lots of other things. For instance, you can do the roof and really do some lovely clouds and put net and really have that classroom,
Yes,
like,
yes.
wow type of thing. So I think support should come from different entities, because I think and I know that years ago a lot of parents did not get that support. Yes, you come to PTAs and so on, some people, not everybody, but I think that holistic support needs to be there come September, Pearson.
Yes.
So that, because at the end of the day, the child is who is important in that. And there are loads of ways. I mean, you know, a lady called me last week to ask me, give me, you know, a chance to come and help. She teaches privately, but I'm saying she doesn't know how to go about it. So she wants help with that. So things like that for support. Also, support should come. New school is opening in September.
Yes.
And parents need, especially children who are transitioning from preschool to primary, from primary to secondary, those parents need ideas. They need help how to get that child ready for the September term. And I'm not only talking about ready in uniforms. That is a natural. But mentally, you know, getting the child ready holistically so that that child is ready. Reading books during the holiday, reading the school books. I don't know about you, but when I was going into a new class, besides covering the books with the brown paper, your parent had to sit and go through that book, you know, not in detail, but so that you're familiar with that book and the books that you're going to be using. So these things should not start the day before school opens. Like by next month, August, parents should, I mean, I'm sure that a lot of people are shopping, get those things ready so that that child feels ready, besides the uniforms, to face that new transition, whether it's, you know, primary or secondary. And I think, too, Pearson, that we need to have more dialogue with our parents. Yes, we have parent meetings, but in the summertime, there really are no parent meetings.
Everyone's off and gone.
Yes. So I think that the schools need to have parents come on board and make them feel part and parcel. For me, I think that parents should be really the number one entity in a school, in a classroom, so that you have that holistic camaraderie with the teachers, so that the child is just not depending on the teacher. So we need to find ways and means, and I'm saying, like, in time for September, to help our parents. It is so important. You know, dialogue with them, communicate with them. Me at camp, I have a lot of communication with my parents. I send them a synopsis of everything we did during the week. At the end of the week, all the things that maybe they want to know. I'm having a meeting with them in another 2 weeks about school, going into school, because a lot of parents, they might know or they might not know. So the people who are in that field, we need to really bring them in and inculcate to them the different things that these parents need to do with their child.
You're right. We take children to their new school or to a school and we have them do orientation.
Exactly.
And I agree with you. Parents, separate from the children, need to have their own orientation as well. So they get the lay of the land, they get to see, and they begin then to see what's possible. How can you contribute to the learning environment for the children? Children are stimulated by so many different things. Their senses are even sharper than mine. And so there's a child who can appreciate clutter. Then there are those children who cannot appreciate clutter. How do we reorganize the learning environment in such a way that the child, every child, is be able to find themselves in that space? And those are discussions that parents can lend to. Once you build that relationship with this child's school, it's important to build.
It's all about relationship.
Correct. Don't come at the gate to quarrel. That's not the place for that.
No.
That's a place to come have conversation with the teachers and the educators there to begin to see, how can I help? Because I've identified something that needs to be done. How can I help? That's the approach I think we should have as parents. But now, open the book with the child. Let the child just turn pages and see what's coming up.
It seems long.
Yeah.
And I think, to Pearson, that, you know, and I have to use myself as an experience, I find that communicating is very important.
Yes.
I mean, you can learn and you can teach so many things when you communicate with a person. You know, just not good afternoon, good morning.
That's right.
You must have that dialogue. And a lot of parents sometimes need that. And especially if it is a parent that's introverted, you know, you
it's
have
even
to
more important. You
have to bring that out.
Yeah.
So I think that going forward for September, the orientation is all, I mean, we have orientation, I think, in June, July, when the children come out. But you need to have an orientation, very informal orientation. Let the parents come in shorts and sit them down on the floor, very informal, and go through things about the school and the books. A more, you know,
the
hands-on
values
type.
you want to have.
Exactly, so that during the term, Pearson, parents will volunteer to come and help.
Exactly.
That is not happening. A lot of parents are not volunteering to help in the school. Yes, we are all busy, but one evening, one Saturday half day, I mean, and all those things, to me, make that school, you know, a better environment.
That's a very good point, Sandy.
Yes.
I got to wrap up here, though.
Yes.
But thank you so much as always, and that's
Thank
a
you
brilliant
too.
idea. And we hope that you parents, if you don't see your school doing it, your child's school doing it, ask about it. You
Exactly.
become the one who takes the initiative now and say, hey, principal, can we talk for just a moment? What if? And you begin to explore what's possible there with the school's principal as well. So, well done. Good idea.
Thank you very
You're
much,
very welcome.
Pearson. Have a wonderful day.
Likewise to you, Sandy.
Thank you.
Thank you, indeed. We're back with the news and more in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We the best music.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good. Your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world, your playlist, your station. 98.1 The One.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Let's get to the news now. Officials and participants are making final preparation for the state funeral of national hero, the Right Excellent Sir Garfield Sobers. The organizing committee held a grand rehearsal in Bridgetown yesterday. Vonaro Corbin reports.
Members of the country's armed forces practiced parade protocol from the Parliament buildings on Broad Street down to Kensington Oval at Fontebelle. Chief of Staff of the Barbados Defence Force, Brigadier Carlos Lovell, outlines the route for the parade, which will begin from National Hero Square.
The parade will process along Broad Street in the reverse order to Independence Day Parade, and it will make its way onto Fontebelle. On Fontebelle, there will be 2 stops where the parade will stop at the Nation Building, and members of Cabinet, led by the Prime Minister, will join the procession. The other stop will be at the Cricket Legends facility, where the members of the family will join the procession, and the stop after that will be at Kensington.
The funeral will be officiated by Senator Reverend Dr. John Rogers, Reverend Bishop Ezra Paris, and Reverend Canon Guy Hewitt. Cabinet Secretary Salma Green says there will be several tributes on the day, including a tribute from the nation, delivered by the Prime Minister of Barbados.
We really have a mixed program of tributes from the fraternity, from the cricketing fraternity, from family members, and of course the tribute from the nation will be delivered by the Prime Minister of Barbados, the Honourable Mia Amor Motley. We will have performances, so it should be a day of reflection for us and really paying homage to a true son of the soil who has performed yeoman service and brought distinction to Barbados.
Sir Garfield Sobers will be lying in state at Parliament tomorrow. Minister of Health and Wellness and coordinator of the state funeral, Senator Lisa Cummins, says priority will be given to his family. The public is invited to view the body from 11:15 a.m.
While he is a national hero, much loved, and while he is a part of us, and while he is a member of the cricketing fraternity, he is still a family member. And so his family will have their private time to view the body tomorrow morning, first in Parliament from 9:45, and then we will have the Prime Minister and the President, followed by the Prime Minister and a number of dignitaries. They will file through, and then the public will be open to viewing.
Senator Cummins emphasizes that no photos will be allowed.
We're asking people to come to view and to keep moving. We will not be allowing persons to stop or take photos or anything like that. People are going to be asked to just keep it respectful and dignified and to keep the traffic moving.
Bernardo Corbin, CBC News.
Just for clarity, in that report to get paying reference to tomorrow, that is in fact today, Monday, there's viewing in Parliament Building of the body of Sir Garfield Sobers from 11:15. Cricketers have been paying tribute as well to the national hero. This was done at an event last Saturday to commemorate the life of the cricketing legend held at Weymouth Police Sports Club. Several current and former members fondly remembered their interactions with Sir Gary, who played for the Police Sports Club in the local cricket competitions.
Sir Gary was the greatest, I always say the best of the best. He was an all-rounder. He wasn't a batsman. He wasn't a bowler. He wasn't a fielder. He was all three. And that's something that's hard to emulate.
He was very humble. He was gracious. I remember one time I met him at the golf course at Sandy Lane Clubhouse, and he introduced me to all his friends who were of his ilk, and I was very glad. And he just introduced me as an ordinary person. He was so simple.
I think it's a privilege playing for Police Sports Club, having a great man like Sir Gary Sobers, having represented police, which is the only club in Barbados that he would have played for. What else I can say about him is that based on stories and a lot of YouTube videos that I've been watching, the guy is a great human being, and that's all I can say about him.
I just want to encourage persons to come out. Those who like cricket, you never know what can happen for you if you come and play for police. It might pave the way for you to play for West Indies. And you never know, you could be a national hero or let it inspire you to better yourself inside the cricketing fraternity.
There will also be road closures in Bridgetown on Wednesday, the day of the state funeral. Police Public Affairs and Communications Officer Inspector Ryan Brathwaite is notifying the public of these traffic restrictions.
There will be road closures from 6 a.m. on that day. And those roads that will be closed will be Lower Bay Street, Fairchild Street, Lower River Road, Bridge Street, St. Michael's Road, Broad Street, Cowell Street, St. George Street, Cheapside, Fontebelle, and President Kennedy Drive.
To other news now, Pan-Africanists in Barbados marked the day of national significance on Sunday with a bus tour as part of their celebrations during the season of emancipation. That tour began at Golden Square Freedom Park with a focus on contributions of national hero, the Right Excellent Clement Payne. Prime Minister in the Prime Minister's Office with responsibility for Pan-African Affairs and Heritage, Trevor Prescott, provided details on the day's activities and highlighted its importance.
And when we leave here today, we are going to Israel Level Grave at St. George Parish Church. During the course of the day, we'll be traveling to other symbolic areas that represents the efforts of people in different points of our history who made an effort to forward the liberation struggle. We're going to the Cuban monument.
Let's get to sports now. Pakistan closed in on the West Indies' first innings total by the end of day 2 of the opening test in Trinidad. Resuming on 194 for 3 at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy, the West Indies were bowled out for 311. Shea Hope fell just short of a century on 92.
If they don't play, it will
Well, in reply, Pakistan ended on 199 for 3, trailing by 112 run. Day 3 starts at 9:30 this morning. You can watch it live on MCTV 308. That's a look at news and sports. Morning Barbados is right back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affairs segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. And together we will travel the world.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share again.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good, your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We're 15 and a half minutes now after 7 o'clock. We are always, as a community, should come together as a community to help others. And so there was a point in time when Raphael Hitlal needed help. And so we want to show you how by his example, we can also, the foundation, give help to others. And so joining me this morning is the chairman of the Raphael Hitlal Foundation in Keandre Graves. Keandre, good morning to you. Welcome.
Morning. Thank you.
And with him is Keen Hudson, who is the logistics and operations coordinator. You have a big title, my brother.
That's true.
There's a lot of responsibility, right?
Yeah.
But it's a significant responsibility that means a lot to a lot of people. And then joining us also is Kathy Ann Hitlal,
Sorry.
Raphael's mom.
Yes.
Good morning to you, Kathy Ann.
Good morning.
And a lot of you are wondering about who is Raphael Hitlal. That's a fair question. It's a fair question. So let's put it into context for you. Kathy, what do you say? Who was your son?
To tell you the truth, Raphael, he was an amazing young man. Yeah. He had a very, very bright future ahead of him, and, you know, he just loved life and loved people. And, you know, for me, he he exhibited what it means, like true love, you know, as a person, you know, not only his friends, his family. He always wanted to spend time with family, and, you know, that was who he truly was, you know. Even at school, that was the type of individual that, you know, most persons, you know, could say.
You went to school with him?
Yes, please.
I will come to you in a minute. Yes, please.
Yes, but very, very helpful, very, very loving, you know, and most people would say he was like an angel here down on earth, you know.
Yeah.
So
You know that Michael Jackson song, Gone Too Soon, 20 years old.
Yeah.
So for
that's
20
right.
years, he
Mhm.
has had that impact on so many different people.
But
Tremendous
that's it.
indeed.
That's it. And everyone is saying the same thing, you know. If he has impacted so many people's lives at 20, what would he have done at 40, 50? Yeah.
And so his legacy continues through the foundation.
That's correct.
And was it your idea to form the foundation?
Actually, no.
His
friends.
Wow.
His
What does that
friends.
mean to you that his friend says we have to keep his memory going because we believe we want to be able to embody everything he has meant to us and to be able to give it to others? What does that mean to you?
It is a joy. It is a joy. I feel really, you know, honored that they have, you know, highlighted his life in such a way that he can, you know, help others even in death. He can still help others.
His promise was true.
Yes.
And so his legacy is remarkable, but he promised he always wanted to help because he became a cybersecurity analyst.
That's correct.
To protect others. You know, those kinds of things, they're external threats. And he says, no, I want to be at the guardrails to protect
That's
others as
right.
well. And so that contribution continues through the foundation indeed. And so
Yes, please.
what does it mean to you to be chairman of this foundation?
To be honest, what it means to me is that I'm also able to help at the forefront. For me, and as Keen could tell you from school, I'm always a helper. So I would sometimes leave myself out and help persons. Even to this day, if somebody comes to me with a situation, and they ask for help, I can either assist them or I can lead them in the direction to the assistance.
But this is your buddy. This is one of your buddies from school.
Yes.
All the way back from the days of yore.
Yes.
And so you all decided, let's come together. Talk to me about the genesis of the foundation and why did you all think it was important to continue the legacy?
Okay, so it started last year. We actually did a fundraising event it was originally called Hope for Healing, because at that point Raphael had not passed as yet. The morning of his passing, I received a message from my friend, another member of the committee, her mother. She's a teacher at the St. Michael's School as well. And she informed me that Raphael had passed that morning. When I saw the message, the whole demeanor of my day it changed because it was like, what do I do now? I told the group, let's reset and let's just wait and see. I reached out to Raf's mom later that afternoon and we spoke. Then by the Friday, because I didn't reach back out to the vendors yet from who I would have reached out for help so far. By Friday, Mrs. Hitler reached out to me and asked me if we can still go ahead with the venture. King could tell you I reached back out to them and let them know. And by the Saturday, I had the tickets printed and the poster and everything changed to the theme, Life Well Lived. So I then took that opportunity and multiple persons came to me and asked me, why don't I make it long lasting instead of just doing a one-off event? So from multiple persons asking earlier this year, I came to the realization that this is something that I would want to be there. And so we came together, we brainstormed, I pitched the proposal to them, I pitched it to Raf's mom, and we were then able to come together and then grasp the constitution of the foundation and go from there.
How we got Keen in this?
Keen was on my committee from last year. And I would tell you, I work with a team that is tremendous at what we do, and everyone has an area of expertise to help.
And that's Keen's expertise, logistics?
Yes, logistics and coordination and operations. I also have a team. We have all diverse backgrounds from being police officers. Myself, I'm studying accounting and finance. I have, 3 accounting and finance students on my team actually. One is the treasurer and one is the grants and partnerships officer. So that is how the basis of the foundation really started.
So Keen, it's your buddy. You're doing this for your buddy as well. And so the formation of the foundation, it means a lot to you as well. What do you hope will come from this foundation that can make a big difference to so many other people as Raf would had he been alive?
I would say not just monetary funds from this foundation, but also let awareness be spread of conditions which Raf were going through as well, because honestly a lot of persons know persons our age are sick, but they don't know the root of the illnesses as well. So not just monetary funds, but also for awareness to be spread as well.
What do you think to be, so the scope of the foundation is designed to just respond to what needs generally?
Generally, I think we are aiming to fund and monetize persons who are young, between the ages of, what was it, Keandre?
Ages right now between 12 to 18.
Yeah,
currently.
12 to 18, due to the fact that we did meet Raphael at school. We all were in the same year together. We're focusing on students who are still more or less in school, so that 12 to 18 age group who are not able to fund or pay for their whatever their various conditions would be. So that is more of that's our goal, and also spread awareness on those various conditions as well.
I know you're launching the foundation today, so how a foundation requires funding to keep it running. And so while you may start with your general base, there are some other things that you'll be doing to be able to continue to fill the kitty, because you're constantly pouring out, so we want to pour in. So what are some of the things you're doing?
Some of the things that which the fundraiser and events coordinator as well, we would have looked at doing back the same annual luncheon that we had last year for one, at health fair, and also a football soccer-rama that we were planning to perform. Those are the ideas that we have so far. There are many more to come, and we go from there.
Of course. And so, Mommy, you hear these young boys talking with the same passion and drive as your little boy.
Yes.
And I'm sure it blesses you. It's almost as if he's alive still through these, isn't it?
That's correct. That's correct. I feel, I'm so honored to have them, as part of this foundation, and they give so much. They give so much of themselves, and the love is there. I feel it through them. Yeah.
That's a beautiful, beautiful example to see, the flower isn't dead. The garden continues to bloom and blossom in the way that it is. And so it's a group of young men generally, or you have some young girls on
I have females on board as well. It's about 3, the public relations officer, the treasurer, as I stated, and the secretary.
All right. I want to look at your constitution. They're so serious about what they're doing here. And then I also want to look at the number of causes that they would like to appeal to and to give to. And we'll talk about that and more right after this break.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good, your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world, your playlist, your station. 98.1 The One.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
26 past the hour. At 20 years old, Raphael Hitler left us, but Raphael Hitler left a legacy, and that legacy is being lived through the foundation that has been designed and set up in his honor, that also provides assistance to others who are just like him, passionate about life and living, just wanted to learn and try new things and do things. And so with me is the man who is the chairman of the foundation, Keandre Graves. Keen Hudson is the logistics and operations coordinator, and Raphael's mummy Kathy Ann is with us as well. I know you've taken this so seriously. You've designed a constitution that is signed off by everyone who's a part of the committee, and so that it is legitimate. I wanted to impress upon that because I want people to know that you are legitimate.
Yes, please.
Indeed. And so you're launching today. Tell me a little bit about the launch.
Okay, so our launch would comprise of, it's being held at Solidarity House this afternoon at 4. It's by invite only. The launch is hoping for at least an hour and 15 minutes ceremony, which will comprise of a tribute done by the family, tribute in music by profound saxophonist, Kimani and Kofi Jokes. We also have myself delivering remarks this afternoon, and the featured address, which will be delivered by the Honourable Tyra Trotman MP. So that is the plan that we have so far for this afternoon.
And it's for those who are gathering to be able to know more about the foundation,
Yes, please.
the work of the foundation, and why they should support the foundation,
please.
right? For average Joe who's watching right now, who think, you know, this is something I would like to make a donation into, can one do so?
Yes, one could do so. But momentarily, we're still waiting on our bank account information from CIBC. We would have finalized the details last week, but we're just still waiting on that final step. So we're hoping to have that by today, this afternoon, before 12, that we can then share that information with persons.
And please share with us, because we want people to know how they can lend to this cause as well, because there are lots of needs that we're meeting, right, Keen? So what are some of the categories of opportunities that people can gain from the foundation? In terms of the different, you talked about education for those 12 to 18. Is there any particular course of study, or is it open to educational needs generally?
I think it's open to educational needs generally, yeah.
So who identifies? How does it work?
Generally speaking, I think that... Sorry, repeat the question one more time.
How do you know who needs the help? Does you?
I can assist here. We have the team that will do the selection process. It's headed by the medical representative, Dr. Russell Broom-Webster. And I sit on the selection committee as well. And I think some of the other board members, we have not finalized that committee as yet. But rest assured that committee will be set in stone within the weeks, within the possible week coming. And we will then make the selection. He will then have the final say as the chair of the committee. He will then be able to discuss what is the steps forward for that particular individual who we will be assisting.
Educational and medical needs.
Yes, please.
You're trying to meet.
And we're also looking also at the volunteerism aspect of it.
Go ahead.
So that we will also like to partner with tertiary institutions, you know, the give back progress that persons have to do for their degree requirement. We're also looking to partner with the tertiary level ministry that deals with that.
Good. So young people working on behalf of a young man to help other young people like themselves. And this is good for Barbados. This is great for Barbados, as a matter of fact. And so we want to encourage you as much as possible, following the launch today, to keep your eyes and ears peeled so that you could see how you can pour in to the coffers of the Raphael Hitlal Memorial Foundation. It's a not-profit organization, but it is a developmental organization indeed that helps other young people, whether it's an educational need or a medical need. And so I don't want you to lose sight of this, everybody. I really don't want you to lose sight of this. I'm so enthused by the fact that these young people saw it fit to rise up and to be a change that we want to see, Kathy. And that is such beauty to behold, because that's all that we adults are set here to do, to give them opportunity to rise up and to be. And I know you spent time with your son, Raf, and helping him along the way, and he was excelling so beautifully.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
And you know, just like that, times changed.
Of course.
But you're doing well generally? You're managing?
Yes, that's the word. We're managing as a family. Of course, we'll have our moments in between, but you know, we are managing, yeah.
We're managing, just moment by moment, minute by minute, memory by memory.
There you go.
And so over time has a way of changing the way we see things. Our perspectives will change. And then you'll find yourself just laughing and laughing again about the wonderful things Raf would have done, the crazy things he would have said, the different pictures, and the moments where you said, come home, and he didn't. And you know, you have a good time with that. So I'm sure as God will provide, he will always be there with you. I want you to know that. He will always be there with you. Time will feel funny, but he will be there. Trust me, he'll be right there. So don't be afraid to cry and lean on him. Because he will hold you just when you need him most. And so to you gentlemen, I wish you well with the foundation, you and your committee. I really hope that many people, and those who you have invited, do show up meaningfully this evening at Solidarity House for the launching of it. And that all falls into place as God has designed it to be. And that it begins to see the coffers built. So Karen, one of our viewers, is saying all the best to all of you. She says this warms her heart to see you young men just coming together as friends. We've lost that among our young men a lot in our community. But to see you guys like this.
To say as well, I am also appealing to the youth to come on board
and volunteer
your time and services. It's not everything is not only about money, but service you also could be an ear to someone. And you can also lend support. So we are appealing to the youth of Barbados to also come on board with us.
So how do we do so? How do we volunteer ourselves to be available to you?
We will be going through, we have the volunteerism link on our Instagram page, which the Instagram page is rhmfoundation.bb.
rhmfoundation.bb.
Later on, we should have our LinkedIn and Facebook page up and running, but we will have those things
on socials very soon.
Please.
Very soon. rhm.foundation.
rhmfoundation.bb.
rhmfoundation.bb. Close your eyes, Pearson, and remember it. rhmfoundation.bb on social, and you'll find them. And when they're just reach out either to volunteer to be a part of all of the initiatives which Keen is going to be designing and developing,
along with the fundraising,
as well as the fundraising and different ways that you can give back, because these are young people doing the best they can for a young man who did the best he could for the time he was here, to help other young people do the best they can for their respective futures as well. It's never too late. It only starts today. So it's starting today with the foundation launch, and then thereafter, see how you can help everybody. Well done.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, Keandre. Thank you, Keen, and Kathy Ann. Thank you for giving the world a phenomenal son who could inspire in the way that he has in his short space of time on earth. And I'm sure that as more and more people volunteer to be a part of this, they will build and gain from his inspiration that he's left with us. What a wonderful memory. You've been very fortunate. You've been blessed.
I have.
You've been
I can
truly
honestly
blessed.
tell you that.
Yeah, God chose you for this child, to do what this child has done for the rest of us.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank each of you. Morning Barbados is right back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affairs segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and together we will travel the world.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share again.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good. Your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world, your playlist, your station. 98.1 The One.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados will love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados.
Good morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
It's 22 minutes now to go to 8 o'clock. We are all for Team Barbados. Team Barbados is heading out very shortly to the Goodwill Games. They're representing us in swimming, as a matter of fact. And some of the members of the swim team are with me this morning. I have the team captain and team manager, indeed, and Stacey Blunt. Good morning, Stacey.
Good morning. Thanks.
Your hands are
for
full, girl. You have some of Barbados' best with you.
I do.
Yes.
I do.
Liam Courtney, who is just 11 years old, is with us as well as Sky Cox, 13.
No.
You're 11 as well?
Yes, please.
All right, show off, you're getting old. Darren Anka, you're the one now who's 13 years old, and with me is Amaya Harrison, who's 16 years old. All members of our swim team heading out from Barbados to Trinidad and Tobago. Cecil, let's talk a little bit about this is only 4. How large is the team?
This year, we have a 45-member delegation,
Wow.
37 swimmers, and 8 members of the management team headed out to Trinidad on August 13th. The games start on August 14th and run until August 16th.
We have a good team?
We do, of course we do. We have a solid team. So we have the 8 swimmers in each age category, with the exception of our 11 to 12 boys. We only have one 11 to 12 boy, but outside of that, we have a very solid team. And they're all here to share with you how they're going to represent Barbados this year.
So what are you doing between now and their departure to get the team mentally committed and fit and ready and everything else?
So we've already started our team training. They have team training every week, and in addition to that, they still have their separate training. So they go to morning training, afternoon training, and then on Saturdays we meet between 4 and 6 o'clock to have that team bonding.
In other words, there's no vacation.
No, not at all.
Not at all. And so was it difficult trying to pull this together? How did they qualify to be a part of it?
Well, each year we have sanctioned meets by BASAs where they qualify. So this is a short course meet. So we had a number of meets during the course of the year where they were able to qualify. That the last one took place over in June, and each of these swimmers would have been able to qualify at those meets. So we had several persons that would have qualified, but these are the best of the ones that would have qualified.
Wow, you heard that? Y'all are the best of the ones who qualified. And so, can you give me a sense of the Goodwill Games won and how many countries will be represented at that?
We have several countries represented in going to Trinidad. So it's a Caribbean meet, a regional meet. So on the stage, we would have obviously Barbados and several other Caribbean countries there in Trinidad. And at this meet, it is a good meet for them to showcase not their swimming talent, but it's good sportsmanship, friendships, and to show that regional commitment and unity as well. Yeah.
Are you happy with the support from Barbados generally, though? Yes or no?
Yes, we have good support from Barbados. We do. So I would say that I am happy with the support. I know that we're hearing that we will get additional support from.
So what additional support do you need?
Well, we're always looking for persons to come on board with us and partner with us to help these young persons get to Trinidad. We have a good management team, so we have 4 chaperones, we have our managers and our coaches who are doing extremely well working with them, but we're always looking for persons to come on board. Our parents are there providing that fundamental support that they need, but obviously we would like to see more persons coming on and supporting the team.
We could, and we shall doing so. Liam, are you the only boy in the 11th? you said to me there was only one hook boy.
He's in the 9 to 10.
Oh, they put you back. That's with the children. So Liam, just talk a little bit about you and you. What is your stroke? What is it that you prefer to do?
Freestyle.
Freestyle.
Yes, please.
As in swim as you please. Is that what freestyle means?
No, please.
What does freestyle mean?
It's more of a stroke where you move your hands more one at a time and you kick repeatedly.
Okay, because I can't swim. Truth be told, I really cannot swim. So I'm learning from you what this freestyle is all about. How good are you think?
I think I'm very good.
You think you can bring gold home?
Yes, please.
You really think so?
Yes,
Who are
please.
you swimming against that will convince you that you can bring gold home? Do you have any idea of who else in the Caribbean you're swimming against?
There's one person I think I know. Miles Andrew.
From where?
Bahamas, I think.
From the Bahamas. And you've been watching his time? Is he the one that you're targeting right now?
Yes, please.
And so how does your time compare?
Very close. Yes.
Very close. Who's leading?
Him currently.
But you have enough in your tank. Do you think you will be able to? I mean, the race is won on the day.
Yeah.
At the same time, have you looked at conditions in Trinidad and Tobago that will you be a part of, so that you can get yourself mentally prepared?
Yes, please. I've been there more than once.
You've been there more than once.
Yes, please.
Oh, you know, start this. And so you know the lay of the land, and so you're ready to swim your heart out for Barbados. And you believe, who is your posse you're taking with you? Mommy, daddy, uncle, aunt.
My mom, yeah.
For sure, mommy's going to be there.
Yeah.
Do you listen? Can you hear mommy screaming while you're swimming?
No, please.
Your ears are full of water.
Yes, please.
And you don't want to be distracted at all.
No, please.
Who's the first person you look at once you touch? Who's the first person you look for?
My parents.
Why?
Because they're normally the group of people that are dancing and cheering.
The ones who are dancing craziest will probably be your bunch, right?
Yeah.
Well, you are really looking forward to this. Preparation till now. Tell me a little bit about that. What have you been doing?
Coming up to the competition, I've been trying to get in as much practice as I can. Going every day.
Wow. And so far, no vacation?
No, please.
This is fun for you still, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You don't want to go to Disneyland or anything like that?
I'm going to that after.
Good man. That's it. Focus, focus, focus. Pleasure will come later on, indeed. Wish you well. Sky, let's talk about you now and your readiness, Miss Big Girl. You're what category are you swimming in?
11 to 12.
Okay, you're in your age category.
Yes, please.
And so that's a different category from what you swam last time?
This is my first year
Your
swimming
first
11
year?
to 12. Yes, please.
And how excited are you for that?
Well, I haven't had a bad year. It's actually been really well.
Really?
Yes.
Why would you call this year so far going really well? What do you do?
In the first long course meet that I did for the 50-meter backstroke, I went in as the third favorite and I came second. It was also a pretty close race. I led for majority of it. And backstroke is my stroke for sure.
So in other words, you are improving.
Yes, please.
And you believe between now and your trip to Trinidad, you will improve even further?
Yes, please.
What are you doing to do so?
I haven't really been eating junk food as much as I used to.
You hear the team manager, right? She's watching you through the corner of her eye. Go ahead, let me hear
My
you.
parents as well, especially my dad.
Making sure you eat well and eat right.
I have to thank him for that because as much as I don't want to, he's still the one who's helping me do all this. He's the person who takes me swimming in the morning.
Yeah.
Yes, please. He's the one who makes me work out at home.
That is wonderful to think that the father. I love it when a father steps up and be as invested as your father clearly is. And so, what does it mean to you to know that, hey, Daddy has my back? That is like the wind beneath my wings.
Because it means that I also have my coaches and my father. I have lots of people looking out for me. I have people who support me, people who are helping me to get better.
Was your daddy a swimmer?
No, none of my parents were.
Neither of them were, and so they gave birth to a fish like you.
Yes, please.
And so you swim, and you said you race in what categories?
11 and 12.
11 to 12 doing what? He does freestyle, you do?
Well, I have two backstrokes, but my favorite is backstroke.
Backstroke. On your back, you go flip, 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 and see. How do you see when you've come to the end so you don't crash your head
You
against
don't
the stone.
see what you do at practice is that like you have to try your best speed going to the wall and you have to count how many arm strokes you do until you touch the wall.
Yeah?
Yes, please.
I hope that you count right, that you don't miss a number. And so that's how it works.
Yes, that's
I thought at some point you would know. I always wonder, how do you know when to flip and those kinds of things, but you do count the back strokes.
If you're too far from the wall, then you're just gonna like turn over and you're gonna be, well, that's the end of it for me. And if you're too close, you're gonna look at the wall and feel like, did it just nearly hit my head?
Yes, that's what I keep thinking, concussion time. And so that's why it's important for you to know the pool that you're in.
Yes, please.
So do you know the pool you're going into this time around?
I swam at Trinidad twice.
And it's the same location?
Yes, please.
So you know the length. But you've gotten taller.
That's
Your arms have gotten longer.
And we've gone
And
faster.
therefore you have to go and practice again so that you can time yourself and get your distance right?
Yes, please.
You ready for this?
Yes, please.
So junk food aside, are you doing gym work?
Well, I actually have a membership that was supposed to redeem like ever since. I got it from a bodybuilding competition in November.
Oh, I met you.
Yes, please.
Yes, I met you for bodybuilding. I remember now. I remember.
You've met me for like swimming last year.
Yes, and for swimming. But you were also anyway. This conversation about this Goodwill Games coming up, and so you're ready. And do you have your bags packed? Or you begun to put things already aside?
No.
You're
Not
wasting
at
time
all.
here. You're wasting your time. Time is going to go so quickly indeed.
I know.
What are you aiming for at this competition?
I really want to bring home a medal.
Which medal? Doesn't matter.
Any medal, but I would prefer gold.
I would too. I would too. And then we could always drop to silver or bronze afterwards. But we're going for the gold. We're going for the gold.
Yes,
Is time a factor as well in this competition for you?
Yes, please, definitely.
What are you swimming now?
I honestly don't remember my exact times. My freestyle is like my 50 freestyle is a 31.60, I think. My 100 is a 1 minute 14 point something.
And you're trying to improve on all of
Yes,
those.
please.
And those are your personal bests.
Yes, please.
All right, I'm holding you to that, Sky. Yes, I am. So tell you what, we'll talk to the two more adult swimmers who are with us this morning right after this break.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb. And together we will travel the world.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share again.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Team Barbados is preparing to go off to the 30th Goodwill Games swim meet in Trinidad and Tobago coming up in August, from around the mid of August or thereabouts. And 4 of the team members, along with their team managers with me. Darren is one of them, Darren Anka. What a different last name, Darren.
Yes, sir.
Any idea where that came from?
My father's side, he's African, so that's his last name.
And with that, knowing that, where you've come from, where in Africa is Daddy from?
Ghana.
Ghana. And so how important is that knowledge to you and your swimming?
It doesn't really impact anything, I would say. Well, just part of the culture that I'm from.
And that culture is a culture that's strong, right? Yes. And resilient. And that's exactly who you are in the pool.
Yes, sir.
So talk to me a little bit about what you're looking forward to most at this Goodwill game coming up to be able to achieve.
I'm looking forward to make more than one podium appearance.
So how many events are you swimming in?
9.
9? And how much time between events do you have?
Like 30 minutes.
30 minutes to recover?
Yeah.
When you finish swimming, do you go like, you know what athletes are, they're out of breath. Same thing for you guys as swimmers?
Yes.
My gosh. And so you have 30 minutes to recover to get back in the pool and go again, and it's only over a few days, really and truly. So you have events each day that you're there?
3 each day.
How do you mentally prepare for that?
I usually set time aside to visualize the race for stretching and to get my mind in a zone where nothing can distract me.
And so each of those 9 events is a totally different discipline, or they're similar in some way that you can actually remember?
Yeah, some of them are similar.
Right now.
Some of them are similar.
Some of them are relatively similar.
Yeah.
So it's easy for you to flow from one to the other to the next, indeed. How much time have you been putting in practice and getting yourself prepared?
I've been training 6 days a week, going to the gym in the morning, and doing recovery at home.
And so far so good? Your best time?
My best time is 50 freestyle. It's 24:58.
How does that rank regionally?
I think I have the record at the block sales set in the course meet in June.
Are you keeping this quiet?
Yeah.
My man, you hold the record, so we're expecting you to not just break your record, but break that record at the Goldville Games as well and come home with a
gold.
There you go. What other pieces of hardware are you hoping to achieve at this game?
I want to contend in the race for the 13 and 14 boys age group champion. So I'll see.
We shall see. We wish you well on that one. Amaya. Morning.
Good morning.
She's been having so much fun and her voice is beginning to fail her. Are you ready to swim, sister?
Yes, I'm ready.
You're ready. How ready are you, do you think?
I feel very prepared. This summer has been a lot of hard work, so I think that this will be a good competition.
So how much time have you been putting in? This summer has been a lot of hard work, you say?
Yes. We've had 3-hour practices, 5 days a week. Some days are double days, like Mondays and Fridays. So it's definitely a lot of pool time, plus gym and recovery.
You do have fun?
Yes, for the most part.
Clearly you do. Clearly you do, right?
Yeah.
For the most part. So there's that balance that you strike at the same time.
Yes, definitely.
And this is not your first time swimming in this pool at all.
No.
So you know the conditions well.
Very well.
Have you had conversation with the other ones who are a little bit newer to the experience as well to share with them about what one can expect?
Not as yet.
As a team captain, you should.
I definitely will.
How is it as team captain though? Because you have responsibility for the other girls, but you also have responsibility for self. Does one distract from the other?
This team is a very lovely team. They're very easy to work with. So it hasn't been really hard. So it doesn't distract me at all.
And what's your best times?
My best times, I would say my 50 free short course, I went 26. And 50 fly, I went 29. So I'm definitely a sprinter to those 50s.
Yeah, I'm a short distance person too in running, but I'm not going to do it in swimming. And so given the times that you know that you have, and you compare it with the others who are coming to the Goodwill Games from all over the region.
I haven't really looked at it.
You don't want to look? Is that it?
It's not that I don't want to look, but I never really like to psych myself out before. But I grew up with these girls. It's always a back and forth race. But I think I will do well, and it definitely will be good competition.
What do you call do well? 5th?
No, definitely podium.
Just want to be sure. You know, we set ourselves different targets. We say to ourselves, you know, even if I ran 6, I've swam 6 before, if I come 5th, I've done well. But you're saying podium is it for you. And of course, the one who stands in the middle is the one that you want, right?
Of course.
The gold, of course. And so as a swimmer of a number of years now, as young as you truly are, is there any one particular swimmer whose style, in all of the disciplines that you swim in, that you admire?
Not really.
Not really? So you don't focus on who else in the world is doing what?
No, I don't really watch swimming.
Fair enough. How many years have you been swimming now since you've been born?
Well, since 6. Yeah.
Since you've been born.
Yeah.
Indeed. And so I'm looking forward to excellence from you as well. You have a family that love you dearly, girl.
Yeah.
And so I know they will give you all the love in the world and push to win as well. And so, Ms. Blunt, let's talk a little bit about, now this is the kind of support you're talking about. Barbados, we need to support these youngsters as they head out to the Goodwill Games. What else other kinds of support, apart from team support, do you want?
Well, we definitely would love Corporate Barbados to partner with us because we have 37 fine athletes that we really need to support. And it's not just about podium finishes and personal best. We have to get them to Trinidad. We have to get them there safely. There are lots that we have to do behind the scenes to ensure that they're there. So we would love Corporate Barbados to come out and support us. That would be the key in getting us to Trinidad.
This is not a vacation, folks. For Corporate Barbados, it's not a vacation. They're not going there to shop and to see what other attractions they may enjoy. This is a team mission to bring glory to Barbados. And these young people have been doing this in the pool, preparing their bodies in spite of everything else, forgetting everything else that we are enjoying right now called crop over, and getting into the pool to get ready to compete on behalf of us. And so I think it's important that we all can lend support, financial support as best we possibly can to them, and they're achieving of what they desire. They're putting the work. They've really trained hard. They've sacrificed. And then as a country as well, for us to be able to say to them, hey, you know what? We want to take the struggle away from you. Let's help you. Here's a $50, $20, $100, $1,000 to be able to do for us what we could not ourselves do. But we can do it by giving financially into the association. And so for anyone who wants to be able to give, how can they do so?
Well, they can reach out to the Barbados Aquatic Sports Association. That number is 429-7946.
429-7946.
Definitely. You can also donate to us via First Caribbean International. Our account number is 0619061119.
What's the account name?
Barbados Amateur Swimming Association.
So once you go to CIBC, ask for the account of the Barbados Amateur Swimming Association, and you want to make your deposit in there. And we really want to do that as quickly as you possibly can because time is ticking. Time is ticking. You travel on the 13th.
We travel on the 13th of August, and the games start on the 14th.
See? So we really want to make sure that that they don't have to worry about anything, because we care. We're supporting that, giving them the support from now. And so make your contributions by either calling 429-7946 or CIBC to the Barbados Amateur Swimming Association and make your deposit in there. To each of you, good luck. All the best. All the very, very best. I can't wait to celebrate with you on your return. I believe in each of you. Thank you so very much for joining me this morning, all right?
Thanks for having me.
Thank you as well. And that's it for today. We have shining stars sitting with me right here this morning. We are thrilled. And so my little crew joins me in saying to all of you, magnificent Monday. Be the will of the Lord. We'll see you tomorrow, Tuesday. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.